If you're booking a 4-night Royal Caribbean cruise, you may have heard that it's all inclusive, but then you start seeing all these different charges pop up. So today we're going to break it all down of what's included and what's not included and what first-time cruisers may often be surprised about. So let's first start with what's included. So your cabin. So your cabin, it doesn't matter whether you have an inside cabin, ocean view, balcony, or if you've got a suite. They are all included in your cruise fare. You also in the cabin get things like the safe to put your special secure items, as well as you got the temperature control and those vanity amenities that the basic ones are available for you. And then the next thing that's included is that service in the room. So you've got your cabin attendant, which cleans your room every day, which is awesome. I love when I come into the room and it's all done up, and I'm sure you will probably love that as well. And what you'll probably also love on Royal Caribbean cruises is they do a great job with the towel art, these cute, adorable animals. So that is what's included there. And then let's get to the dining. So the three main dining that are always available is the main dining room. So that is your classic, sit down main dining room, has that rotating menu each night. So that is included. And just a tip for the main dining room is you can order as many appetizers or desserts as you want. So I could have 2 appetizers and 3 desserts if I want. So that's a definite plus. And then the Windjammer buffet. So this is your kind of casual setting. You can go up and eat self-service for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then those 24-hour service. So the Cafe Promenade or the Sorrento Pizza. Those are, as I said, open up 24 hours. So I know it's very convenient late at night, after you've gone to a show and then you're hungry later at night, that's the place to go. And then there are also some other dining such as El Loco Fresh. But you're going to have to check in your Royal Caribbean app to see which ones are available. So the next section is entertainment. So you have the full Broadway type productions in the Royal Theater, those musicals, but also depending on your ship, you could have the Aqua Show or the Ice Show. I know at Navigator of the Seas they have the fantastic ice show. And then you have the entertainment that's available in the pubs or the schooner bar, that you've got your guitarist or the pianist, which we really enjoy, and I think you'll love as part, and again, all included. And then you have some other activities such as karaoke or trivia or those games that are great type entertainment. And then some other things that are available are just those activities. The Royal experience, you've got the flow rider or the zip line that's available, and the rock climbing. So those are definitely fun activities I think you'll enjoy. You also have the water activities. So the pool, you've got the hot tubs, or the Perfect Storm water slide that's available. So while the activities are free, sometimes the coaching session like Flow Rider will be a charge for you. Okay, so let's go to the beverages. So your basic beverages, water, flavored water, lemonade, iced tea, your coffee and tea, the basic ones are included. You also have at breakfast time, you can see orange juice as well that would be included. But if you want a fancy margarita, those would not be included.
Let me talk about things that are not included in your basic cruise fare, and we can continue on with the beverages. So pretty much anything from a specialty coffee to an alcoholic drink to a can of soda or soda in one of their machines that they have, all of those would be a charge. Like Kathy said, the only things that are free is what is in the buffet, basically, which is water, juice, and the coffee. Now, coffee, depending on the ship you're on, and really depending on the cruise line you're on, can be anything from really pretty good to dirty dishwater. So you may really require getting those specialty coffees. But consider all of those things will be an extra charge. Along with the beverages, there are also some other activities that are available that will be extra charges that, especially if you have children, you may want to watch out for. The arcade is available, and it's as easy as putting your cruise card next to it, and you can play a game, but you're going to get charged for that. So if you do have children, you might want to make a budget for how much of that is okay.
That's a good tip.
There are packages that you could purchase that will include that, but that's one that bites a lot of people, is the arcade charges that are there. They also have photography places that can take your photo. You will see them throughout the ship, especially on embarkation day. You'll see people wanting to take your picture. It's fine, they can take your picture, it's okay. You would have to buy it.
Yes.
So don't freak out if someone wants to take your picture. Let them take your picture. Sometimes they're pretty nice and they're worth getting. But those would be additional charges. That's above and beyond your cruise fare. A lot of the extra spend that you may or may not do on a 4-night cruise is really depending on how you're going to plan it. $100 charge on a 4-night cruise for something, some convenient thing, is quite a bit. $100 charge for a 14-night cruise seems to be a little less. So take into account that anything you get extra on these short cruises will really add up in your cost per day. So again, you want to budget for what you're going to do. Consider them before you get on the cruise ship for these extra special items that you may want to add to your cruise. So again, the all-inclusive is kind of a gentle myth. Be aware, especially if you're a new cruiser, that on embarkation day and even after embarkation day, you will be approached to buy every package that is offered multiple times. You'll have crew members that were trying to sell you specialty dining. They're trying to sell you drink packages. They're trying to sell you anything and everything. Please pack your patience with these people. I'm sure they're just doing what management is telling them to do, but you will be approached multiple times trying to get you to buy these. If you do want to get a drink package or a specialty diner or things like that, the time to get it is not when you're on the ship. Yes. Please get these things before you're on the ship. You'll save probably 20% at least, and sometimes the packages can be really less than that. So the time to get packages is not when you're on the ship, but you're going to get approached multiple times, and they're going to ask you, have you got your specialty dining yet? Just say no, but I don't want any, thank you. And you'll have to say that probably 4 times, and then they'll go away. But this is something that will happen.
And I think that depends on which ship you're on, because Ovation of the Seas, it was constant, whereas Navigator of the Seas, it was not as much.
It can vary because again, it's the management that's telling the crew members to go out and try to do this, and I'm sure they're incentivized to do that. So be gentle with them. Yeah. They're just doing what they're told, but be aware that this is going to happen. Tony from Lolita Loco actually did a video today on this very subject that I happened to watch, so it's fresh in my mind. So on these short cruises, you really need to do the math and evaluate where you want to spend extra if you do want to spend extra. Are you going to drink enough that a drink package is worthwhile? That is a math question. Consider that drinks will be roughly $15 a drink. You can take the cost of the package per day, take how many realistically drinks you're going to use, and remember, drinks are alcoholic drinks, specialty coffees, not purchased at a Starbucks. Starbucks is never included in any of this. And any sort of sodas that you may purchase along the way, plus anything else that
and
comes
the
under that.
sodas, you get those cool cups.
On some ships, they'll have the drink
Yeah.
cups that you can get. Again, these are all things you can budget with the soda package. So consider whether buying a drink package is worthwhile and the reality of how much you're actually going to drink. A second thing to consider would be Wi-Fi. Are you working or are you going on vacation? Can you survive without the internet for 96 hours? I'm pausing because I want you to think about that. Can you survive? Because chances are, if you're working, there's no way you're going to need the internet to do that. So you have to decide how much do I want to budget for internet connection, because it doesn't come with your package. You need to purchase that, and it's very expensive when you consider on the ship versus on land. So take a look at the packages that are available. Definitely, again, if you need the internet, do this before you get on the ship. Don't do it while you're on the ship. You'll just pay more for the same thing. And then the last thing you really need to consider is your meals. There is plenty of included food on a cruise ship, but there are also times when you want something special. So do you want to budget anything for specialty dining? Considering that the cost of going to a specialty dining restaurant can range from about $40 to as much as $90 for a chef's table. Consider whether you want to budget for that. If you do want a little less expensive way of doing it and you still want to have the specialty dining experience, do it at lunch. It's about half the price, and it's an easy thing to do. Again, there are packages for specialty dining. You can get individual specialty dining packages to certain restaurants. So there's a way of doing this a little cheaper than just what the cost is to go to the restaurant. So the bottom line is you can have a world-class vacation on Royal Caribbean on a short cruise without purchasing anything additional. But you have to make decisions on what's important to you, and then make these decisions before you get on the ship. Consider how much you're going to drink, consider what kind of food you want to eat, and consider, do I need the internet or not? Those are the three major considerations. After that, you can consider, do I want to take a flow rider lesson? Do I want to get photographs that are really quite well done?
Or go on an excursion.
Yeah,
right?
Or go on excursions. Now the ship will offer excursions. Now those are always going to come at a cost. The ship excursions do have a guarantee that they'll always get you back to the ship, or they'll wait for you. There are cheaper ways of doing excursions through third party places, like Shore Excursion Group is one. We're not affiliated with them. I would love to be, but that's one that will pretty much have similar excursions that will be about half the price. But they also have a guarantee to get you back at to the ship on time. But a lot of people, especially new cruisers, will go for the ship sponsored excursions because they want to have that guarantee, and that's perfectly fine to do. But just know there's a less expensive way to do that, and decide whether excursions are something you want to do. If you're going to a port that is very nice to just get off the ship and walk around and do things, and that's really what you want to do, that's fine. If you're going to a port that is an industrial port and there's really nothing to do at that port, and if you want to see something wherever you are, you need to take a bus or a taxi or do something to get there, you might want to consider having an excursion. So these are, again, things to consider, but the bottom line is you get to cruise the way you want to cruise. Just be aware of what's included and what's not included, and then make a budget for how much you want to spend in addition to what your cruise fare is. There are gratuities that will be charged. Either you can prepay the gratuities, so you already have a clean wallet. Those are already taken care of some months ago. or you can have the gratuities charged per day per person, and they'll show up on the card that you have given the cruise line, and they'll be charged at the end of the cruise. Either way is fine, and there's no additional charge either way. But know that those gratuities are important for the staff.
Absolutely.
They are divided up among both the people that you see plus the ones you don't see that are providing the vacation for you. So it's important to not remove those gratuities. It's bad form, frankly, in my opinion. But again, that's an option for you. So those are things that will be added to your fare at the end. But again, you get to decide how you want to cruise. It's completely up to you. But know that your base fare will get you through. It'll feed you.
Yep.
It'll give you hydration.
In the room.
It'll give you somewhere to sleep. And they'll clean it that every day. And that's pretty much all we want to say. So just be aware of what's included, what's not included. This is Pat and Kathy from Calm Sea Cruise. Thanks for watching today. Please subscribe if you can. Hit the notification button and give us a like if you could. We'll talk to you on the next one.
Bye. Everyone.